Hey Falcon fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into today's video. We're going to jump into a 3-round mock draft. Yes, today I went ahead and broke down not only all the draft picks the Falcons have in today's, the upcoming NFL draft, I should say, but also who I would take if we were doing an actual mock draft. So what I did was use the Pro Football Network's mock draft simulator. It's a website you guys can all go to and do this yourself, where it simulates all the picks and lets me take for the Falcons, and I went ahead and took 4 picks in the first 3 rounds, as we will see. So, big picture here. Quickly, before we get into the actual draft picks, the NFL draft begins April 28th, which is a Thursday in 2022, just a couple of months away, and Atlanta right now has the number 8 overall pick in the first round, meaning that they're going to be on the clock very, very early that night with a chance to get a really good player. Back-to-back picks inside the top 10 for the Falcons. Who will they take at number 8? Well, we know the draft needs are big, right? You need a pass rusher, you need a wide receiver, you need an offensive lineman, you need a running back, you need a cornerback. I mean, you make the case you need a linebacker, you need a safety, like, a lot of positions are in need for the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to try to go ahead and fill some of those here with this mock draft. Now, your draft picks. Here's as they go right now. They can, of course, move these things, not completely official, but your first pick is the 8th overall pick in the first round. 2 second-round draft picks, one at 43 overall, which is the Falcons' own, and then 58 overall via the Tennessee Titans in the Julio Jones trade. Third round, 74 overall. Those are the 4 that I will go ahead and pick in today's mock draft. Now, they also have some later round draft picks. They have 1 pick in the 4th round, they have 1 pick in the 5th round, and they have 2 picks right now in the 6th round. They can change a little bit on movement as we get closer to the draft, but those are your official 8 draft picks the Falcons have going into 2022. Now, my main question here is, who do you want the Falcons to draft in round 1, right? We'll focus on pick 8, and then we'll obviously move on to, pick 43, and then pick 58, and then pick 74, but who do you want the Falcons to draft in round 1? Let me know what you guys think and who you guys want down below in the comment section right now. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the 5 previous picks getting into pick number 8 overall. This was, of course, done by the Pro Football Network Draft Simulator, and so they went ahead and picked for these teams, and so I'm at the mercy of whatever they did. They went Kyle Hamilton at 3 overall with the Texans. The Jets took Andre Booth. The Giants took Charlie Cross. The Panthers took Evan Neal, and the Broncos took George Karlaftis, the pass rusher, at number 7. That tells you that, not pictured, you saw Kayvon Thibodeau and Aiden Hutchinson. They were the 1st and 2nd overall draft picks in this mock. So, at number 8 overall, with those players off the board, I went David Ojabo, pass rusher out of Michigan. And I know what you're saying. Thomas, is he worth the 8 overall draft pick? I hope so. Let me just say that. I didn't feel confident about this pick, but they need defensive end, and he has some huge potential at being a great defensive end. His problem, of course, is coming into, before going into Michigan, I should say, he barely played any football coming over from Africa, and so he's very young, very raw, and needs to be molded by a great defense, and I say similarly a great defensive lineman. Now, I almost took Ahmad Gardner here with this pick, who's going to be the number 1 cornerback taken in this draft. I think he's better than Derek Stingley. I would love to pair him with, of course, A.J. Terrell on the outside, but they just got to get pass rusher. Like, I've said this all offseason long for the Falcons, they've got to go pass rusher, and so that's why I went ahead and went with Ojabo. Now, Ojabo's no slouch, right? He's not like some, no-name prospect with not a lot of production. He had a lot of production out there opposite of Aiden Hutchinson at Michigan last season. 11 sacks. If he's brought 11 sacks to the Atlanta Falcons, the Falcon defensive line would instantly be leagues and leagues and leagues better. And so as you look at the defensive line depth chart, and as I was doing this mock draft, it just became harder and harder for me to not go pass rusher here. And I would like Karlaftis over Ojabo, but Karlaftis was taken number 7 overall to the Broncos. So I obviously could not take him, so I went ahead and took Ojabo, which would, again, instantly improve the current defensive line depth chart. Now, again, I almost went with Ahmad Gardner. So which would you rather have me done? Would you rather go defensive end or cornerback at number 8 overall? Type DE down below for defensive end, or type CB down below for cornerback. And of course, be subscribed for all the different draft coverage we're going to do here on the channel. Not only just mailbag videos, which we do every single week here on the channel as well. We do mock drafts, we do news, we do rumors, we do all the different stuff regarding your Falcons. Subscribe down below. Help us as we approach 5K subs here on the channel. All right, 2nd round draft pick, here we go. 43 overall, this was tough. I went with Christian Harris, the linebacker out of Alabama. Now, the Falcons do need help at linebacker, as we, of course, will see here in just a couple of minutes. But this was a tough one because Malik Willis was available at this pick. And I'm a big Malik Willis fan, you guys know that, and I want the Falcons to maybe have a chance to take him in the round 2 or round 3. David Bell, the wide receiver, was available, and Isaiah Spiller, who I'm a huge fan of, was also here at this pick, but I'm going to wait on going running back. Maybe I should have gone defensive end again with this pick. Maybe you should have back-to-back pass rushers, but Harris was a better overall value, I think, than any of the defensive ends that were available, and so I went Christian Harris again, the linebacker out of Alabama. I think he's probably the 3rd best linebacker in this draft. I think it's Devin Lloyd 1, I think Nakobe Dean is 2 out of Georgia, and then Harris, who is a little bit undersized, I'd say, but he's very quick, great lateral movement, an SEC linebacker, something the Falcons haven't had in a long time. And I think that overall, if you look at this linebacker depth chart, who's returning, who's getting signed, and who's the middle linebacker, right? Who's going to actually play middle linebacker next year? Is Deion Jones going to be on this roster? I don't really know. I don't know if linebacker is the biggest need the Falcons have. I think maybe you go offensive line with this pick, but I saw Harris there, and I went, let's take a really, really good player who probably should go in the first round. He slides to the second round. We improve the defensive game with a defensive pick. All right, our second pick in the third round, our third overall pick, 58 overall, will be the Titans. I'm going to splurge here. I'm going to have a little bit of fun. This is a mock draft. I can do whatever I want, but Isaiah Spiller, the running back out of Texas A&M, was there. I'm a massive running back fan in this draft. There's a lot of good ones. The fact that he was available with the third pick for the Falcons, to me, is a steal. I know that running back isn't the biggest need that this team has. Maybe I should go offensive line here. Maybe I should have gone cornerback here. And a guy like McCreary out of Auburn was there, but the Falcons have not had a legit running back in years. Like a legit actual running back since Devontae Freeman during the Super Bowl years. I mean, that was forever ago. They keep trying to patch these holes with, free agent running backs. It just doesn't work. And I think that getting a guy who's going to be your starter for the next 5 years on a very cheap deal, because running backs are always on cheap deals, is a fantastic, fantastic pick here, who will help out Matt Ryan. And I know that your argument's saying, the offensive line is not good enough to have a good running back. That's not true. Like, I think you can get a really good running back, and that'll help improve the offensive line from a running blocking perspective. Like I said, almost went Malik Willis here again with this pick. Almost went quarterback. Carson Strong was available, but I just don't know. I don't know. I'd rather have a running back. I want a quarterback. I want the future to be able to build behind Matt Ryan, but I'm telling you, a big Spiller fan. The numbers speak for themselves. I think this would be an absolutely home run pick for the Falcons. And you don't spend your very first second-round draft pick on him. You don't spend 43 overall. You wait till 58. That way you get a little more value with the pick. I think this makes a ton of sense. Let me ask you guys this. Do you guys want a running back in the first 3 rounds? Sometimes it's risky, sometimes it's not. If you do, type Y down below for yes. If you do not, then go ahead and type N down below for no. All right, quickly here, before we go ahead and get into the final pick, the third round draft pick of our 3-round mock here. Quick shout out to our friends at BetUS, chatsports.com/betfalcons. That promo code Falcons125 gets you 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up to potentially bet on the Super Bowl. Yes, you could bet on the Hawks too, because the Hawks are technically still playing right now, because BetUS lets you bet anywhere with most sports. But the focus, of course, is Sunday's Super Bowl. Rams -4. Do you want to do that? Or you want to go Cincinnati +4? I saw a bet on Twitter. Someone bet $5 million on Cincinnati +4, which is the largest single game bet in NFL history, at least legal bet, because I'm sure there were more expensive bets than that. But if you want to get in on the betting game, do it with their friends at Chat Sports, or at BetUS, chatsports.com/betfalcons. That promo code is Falcons125. All right, third pick. I said third round pick, fourth pick overall for the Falcons. The number 74 overall, I went with John Metchie, the wide receiver out of Alabama. He was still there, and I was thrilled to go ahead and replace Calvin Ridley with another wide receiver from Alabama. Now, Metchie will fall in the draft because of the injury that took place, obviously, later on in the season. I don't know if he'll fall this far. Like, maybe you swap him with Isaiah Spiller and move, one of them back and one of them forward. But if Metchie's there in the late second round or early third round, I'm all over it, because the Falcons are for sure trading away Calvin Ridley, and I don't think that they can afford any of the star free agent wide receivers, like the Mike Williams of the world, the Allen Robinsons of the world, and of course the Devontae Adams of the world, way too expensive. And so I just think that they got to get a wide receiver at some point, and the draft is the way to do it. Don't go early. You don't need Olave or Garrett Wilson or Jameson Williams, but Metchie, if he falls, he'll be healthy by the time the season starts. The numbers just are incredible. And again, Ridley's going to be gone. He's not going to be there. And so if you replace Ridley with Metchie, you're getting a cheaper, less dramatic version of the same player. Essentially, is how I see him. So I'm a big Metchie guy, and I love the pick there in the third round. So let's recap. Again, it's tough because you're following the simulation. You can only take the players that are available instead of taking the players that you want. I went Ojabo at number 8 overall, Christian Harris at number 43, 58 overall, I went Isaiah Spiller, the running back, and at 74 overall, I went John Metchie. So I focused 2 on the defense early, then 2 on the offense in the second and third round, respectively. Again, we'll do a 7-round mock draft later on, maybe this month, maybe on next month, but this was our 3-round mock. I want to jump in, give you guys some options here, and see what you guys think. Grade my mock draft, A, B, C, D, or F. Give me your grade down below right now in the comment section. I'm at a B+ for this one. Not perfect, but Metchie in the third and Isaiah Spiller as well, I think is a great overall mock, and so I'll see what you guys think by reading your comments. All to over today on our Atlanta Falcons mock draft here. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Plenty more videos coming up here in the next couple of days and weeks. Be sure, again, hit that red subscribe button. Help us get to 5K subs here on Atlanta Falcons today. Again, for Chat Sports, I'm Thomas Mott, signing off to the rest of your weekend.